Level 1. The Aspirers.
Is your net worth under 50K? Take some comfort in knowing you're not alone. 38% of you are in this category. In fact, up to 30% actually have a negative net worth. Formerly concentrated among the young with low education, it's now a diverse mix of all ages and occupations. Where to invest? Well, investing implies that you have cash to invest, so for this cohort, any returns need to arrive in months, not years. 3 popular strategies. 1. Short-term technical trades. Swing or momentum plays often concentrated in the tech-heavy NASDAQ or meme stocks. 2. Derivative instruments like options and leveraged ETFs. 3. Alternative assets, namely crypto. Made a killer 28% return in 1 month? Congrats, Jimmy. But Visa will take 29% in APR on your credit card debt. The 4th popular strategy is to invest in oneself to increase one's revenue generating capacity. But the purpose for anyone at this stage of life is the same: escape velocity. Time horizon is short, capital is tight, so traditional investing advice about slow growth or safety won't resonate because survival and escape is a goal. The prevailing psychology: one lucky hit and I've made it.
Level 2. The Planners.
You made it to level 2. Once upon a time, before the first Gen Z was born, we used to call this the middle class. In 2025, this represents less than half the population. Purpose: achieve security and comfort. Playing by the rules, climbing slow. You worked hard to escape level 1 and you don't want to go back down there. Psychology: return 5 to 10% a year after inflation. If I just follow the formula, I'll be free at 50. Your religion is compound interest. Your god is the S&P 500. Your best options for capital are the usual suspects: public vehicles like index funds and ETFs, maxed out 401ks and IRA. Once those are covered, you dabble in the private side. Real estate plays like house hacking or an investment property. You've mastered the basics, watched a lot of personal finance YouTube videos, dipped into private plays, and tested risk and concentrated bets. The next level, where capital stops growing in neat increments and starts multiplying or disappearing by the millions.
Level 3. The Awakened.
Your psychology? I made it. Now I just need not to lose it. Purpose: multiply and preserve. Congrats, you can now afford to have kids. In fact, a third of you have 3 or more compared to the 1.6 national average. After all, you need someone to transfer that wealth to. You can probably retire and live off passive investments, but you're forever tainted by a taste for the finer things in life. Plus, the Jones next door just bought a yacht. It is at this level the game changes in 3 ways: taxes, private investments, and leverage. 1. Taxes. You played offense, hunting alpha, capturing market share. But for the rest of your life, defense or tax strategy matters as much as growth. A small army of CPAs and lawyers channel your cash through legal entities and offshore accounts, building a fortress between you and the tax man. 2. Private investments. You're now an accredited investor. The SEC officially considers you sophisticated enough for private deals, and you take full advantage. Private equity, syndicated real estate, and small business acquisitions. Your mindset is not to buy public stocks and bonds, but buying cash flow and cash generating assets. 3. Leverage. It's not just net worth that increases between levels, it's your status and credibility, i.e. your credit. To the bank, you're no longer a risk, you're an asset. Compare this to the lower levels where credit is scarce and collateral is weak. Level 1, credit cards at 29% APR. Level 3, loans in the millions at 4%. Level 1, collateral is your personal Toyota. Level 3, collateral is the assets of the company you're acquiring, aka you risk the asset you're using the loan to buy. Level 1, borrowing survival. Level 3, borrowing the strategy. With these new skills unlocked, your life outlook is pretty good. And at this level, you probably have a powerful network of friends and you like your chances to get to the next level.
Level 4. The Architects.
There are approximately 530,000 of you on this planet. 90% of you are male, 40% are in the US. And if you're in the US, there's a 90% chance that you are white. At this level, you passively generate fuck you money. And your purpose has changed. Levels 1, 2, and 3 invest capital to return more capital. At level 4, it's no longer just about money, but also about legacy, optics, and dynasty building. Every investment is aligned with your personal brand. Level 4, defense, passion vehicles, and loopholes. Ever wonder why the ultra wealthy suddenly develop an affinity for the arts? It is not because money magically imparts cultural refinement and sophisticated taste. Fine art is one of the cleanest, most powerful tax plays on earth. You can buy a Basquiat for 15 million, let it appreciate to 40 million, then donate it to your alma mater or a major museum. On paper, you've given away 40 million, slashing your taxable income for that year. That could mean a savings of 16 million in tax liability, meaning the donation actually made you money. As a bonus, your name is etched on a wall as the baller who generously donated to your school. When the ultra-rich quote-unquote buy quote-unquote vanity assets like art collections, they're not splurging, they're engineering sophisticated tax structures disguised as passion projects. Take another example, sports teams. Buy a franchise for $2 billion, allocating 90% of it to intangible assets like player contracts and amortize that value over time. Meanwhile, deduct those same player salaries as annual expenses, writing off the same talent twice. The result? Massive paper losses while the team's value rises. Prefer agriculture and real estate? Try a vineyard. Want a more philanthropic angle? Start a private foundation. Level 4 offense.
New game unlocked. Political contributions.
Own a massive casino, pour millions into Texas politics to legalize gambling. Run a payday loan empire, fund lobbying to keep 400% APR loans legal. Sit on a pharma board, block Medicare price cuts so poor patients keep overpaying. Level 4 playbook. Spend a fraction of your fortune to tilt the rules in your favor, and the returns make Level 3's private equity deals look like pocket change.
Level 5. The gods.
There are 3,000 of you. 65% of you are white. There's a 50% chance you were either from the USA or China. But at this level, passports and borders don't mean much. You live with a new purpose, shaping reality. You've graduated from focusing on personal legacy to global control, psychology. You wonder about humanity and its direction. You feel qualified to make a decision on their behalf. Your bank account validates this in every decision you've ever made. Your morals are questionable to many humans, but that's because they don't understand what it's like to be a god. Capitalism is a tool to shape humanity, so you buy control. Nation building and land grabbing Earth's limited resources, media empires to control the pipes of the messages sent to the public. But you also have the typical indulgences. Space, of course, because there's nothing left to conquer on Earth. Biotech and gene editing, because the median age in this cohort is 62. Thrill experiences like going to the bottom of the Atlantic to visit the Titanic, and twisted fantasies like... And good for you, but think about what you're really allocating your capital to. Escape, the same impulse as a broke 20-year-old dreaming of leaving their small town. Youth, anything to regain that 19-year-old erection or know that you will live long enough to care about climate change. Risk, because real risk stopped existing for you decades ago. Connection, chasing the raw intimacy that exists naturally before money distorts every relationship. The right investment isn't universal. At each wealth level, your purpose, psychology, and objectives with your money transform completely. Wherever you are, be content with the present and enjoy your journey to the next level, because in the end, the gods just want to know what it's like to be a young human again.